Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy the park, written by Irene Neritza. Julius and Jesse's family were spending the summer holidays in their new country house in the rural part of the country. A quite beautiful, quiet place with several places to walk, take photos, have picnics and other outdoor recreational activities. They had gotten the house thanks to a good price and years of savings. Julius wanted to go on his own to climb trees and walk mysterious paths. It was an activity that he liked a lot and his parents were fine with him having those kinds of hobbies. But this time his little sister Jessie wanted to explore the town's main park first. It had several flowers, small trees and other structures made of stone by hand. The mayor's office had developed this project with the villagers and external help to make it a tourist attraction, and it was working. Jessie had even already dressed in her favorite dress to explore the park when she asked her parents to come with her. A pretty creamy yellow dress with a flower design on the skirt and a tie at the waist that could be tied at the back, forming a ribbon and adjusting her garment. Her illusion ended when they replied that they were tired from the trip. So, they asked Julius to go with her. He accepted because he loved his little sister. As soon as they arrived, they were amazed at how beautiful and well decorated the place was. On the ground next to the entrance, there was a sign that had fallen down that said, "Do not enter on Mondays." They would soon know why. They were walking along a path made of stones, on the sides were several statues made of stone. There were dozens of maidens and a few princes. There were statues from old people to little childs, which caught Jessie's attention the most. Suddenly, something came out of the bushes. In front of them was floating. "Hey! They can't be here today!" said the little being. She was yellow, with butterfly wings that moved as fast as a hummingbird and with a dress made of light blue rose petals. Both children were speechless at such an apparition. "Look, brother! It is a fairy!" Jessie said excitedly. "Impossible! Fairies don't exist!" The little creature rolled her eyes. "Aren't you looking at me? However, as I was saying, you can't be here! It's Monday!" The fairy pointed to the sky. The siblings looked up and returned their gaze to the fairy. "What is it? The clouds?" The being slapped herself on the face. "Oh, excuse me, I forgot that you humans can't tell the days according to the sky. Anyway, you cannot be here on Mondays. On Mondays we do maintenance to the park so it stays as beautiful as you see it now." The children took another look around, confirming again that it was a beautiful place. "Wow, so you are the ones gracing the place! That's awesome!" Julius said. "Yeah, but for that we must alter the reality of the park and other things, anyway. I don't know why you are here. I remember that we made clear the rules to the town's mayor." The older brother remembered something. "Oh, well! Yes! There was a fallen sign at the entrance. But since it was on the ground, we didn't pay attention to it." The fairy couldn't believe it. "You entered despite seeing the warning? Do you have any idea what you've got yourself into?" That claim scared Jessie. She hid behind her brother. "This park has become a maze, and if you don't leave now, the park will change you forever. You could transform into decorative bushes or stay petrified as a statue or some fountain." The children were terrified. "Okay! We are leaving now!" Julius took his little sister by the hand and was about to run back the way they came until he saw that the fairy had gotten in his way. "Not so fast! We've already started upkeep spells! We can't stop them now!" That bad news brought Jessie to the brink of tears. "But calm down! There's still a way you can get out of here!" That news gave them hope. The fairy approached a myriad of roses and picked up a couple, wove them into a wreath, and approached Julius. "I'll put this on you. This will help you sense the right path, as well as give you a bit more spell resistance." The fairy settled in on his head and he began to change. His hair grew longer, his red shirt and shorts with yellow stripes began to transform into a pink dress, his sneakers took on a more feminine design and turned pink and green. His transformation ended as his body shrunk thinner and shorter. Brother, you turned into..." His sister was astonished. He stared at his arms and his body, not believing what had happened. He approached a nearby fountain to see his reflection in the water. "I'm a girl," he yelled in his new high-pitched voice. "A pretty cute one," said his little sister, making a small smile while he felt his face and his body in confusion. "Hey! What is this?" he claimed the fairy. "I'm sorry. I could make one for a boy, but I don't have the materials available. Besides, it's temporary. If you get out of the park in time." Those words did nothing but make the new girl nervous. "Well, follow your intuition and you will get out of here in time." The fairy indicated the path they should start with. "How will we know how much time we have left?" asked the little girl. "You see those rosebuds on the bushes? Well, if by the time they fully bloom, you are still here, you will be part of the park. Forever." "Hey! Can't you give her something for protection too?" Julius asked the fairy. "Sorry, but there is no time. Also, as long as she is with you, she will be safe. Now go!" They still had questions to ask her, but due to circumstances they began to run. The new older sister was holding her little sister's hand as they ran through the stone paths of the park, now it was much bigger than before. As the fairy had said, Julius now had an intuition that told her which way to go. It was as if she knew them like the back of her hand. When they went the wrong way, her awareness made her uncomfortable, a strong feeling of knowing that it wasn't that way invaded her. When they took the right one, she was all calm and had a sense of doing it right. They went through at least a dozen more corridors and turned several corners. Oh no! The cocoons! Julius looked at the bushes after what her little sister said. The cocoons were about to open. That was why they hastened the pace. Julius found strange the feel of the skirt of the dress hitting and brushing against her legs as she sprinted, as well as the wind blowing in from under her. But she didn't pay much attention to it and she continued on their way. They were already getting tired when they finally saw the exit. Fast! "We're almost out." Both sisters made one last effort and managed to get out just an instant before the cocoons opened. There on the ground they returned to see the park. This one was as if nothing had happened. "Hey sis, why were we running?" Jessie asked her sister who was adjusting the rose's crown. "Don't know." Julius stared at the entrance to the place. A fence had appeared, it seemed to be made of roots, something that stood out was a sign. "Do not enter on Mondays. We are in maintenance." "What a pity! We can't go in." She got up and helped her sister to stand up. "Oh yeah! While we were coming, I saw through the car window another park. Is not far from here," Jessie announced, jumping up. "It is not very big, but it has many playground games. Let's go there please." Julius thought about it for a moment. "Fine! Let's go together!" She held out her hand for her little sister to take and they walked together towards the park where they spent the rest of the morning playing. In the distance, the fairy who had helped them earlier peeked out from behind a tree. "Something I forgot to tell them. The effect of my rose crown lasts 24 hours. In addition, any change that is made there, when going outside will be as if it had always been like this." A smile appeared on her face as she watched the sisters play together and laugh. What a cutie! Even if the effect wears off and they don't remember that any of this happened. Their sisterly bond is strong and adorable. The fairy returned to her kingdom, disappearing into the bushes. The end.